The last 5 years has been very interesting after the CSR Act, and for sure going forward CSR will be much more professional than what it was before. There is a high level of focus now on outcomes and impacts, which wasn't the case till some time back. And the entire ecosystem is gearing up for the purpose the CSR Act was made for. The NGOs themselves are now developing themselves and getting equipped to handle corporates much better than they were before, and the corporates also have higher level of sensitivity for the NGOs, which they weren't having as much before. So yeah, it's a good intervention, it's a good platform which NASSCOM has given for people from corporates and NGOs to come together, brainstorm and find a way forward.
When we talk about social media hygiene, it's very important for the kids to understand the nuances of this field, how one can actually correspond or talk to another peer group. It's important to explain them that one should not put any abusive language, or if one faces any kind of a cybercrime like bullying for instance, or a harassment, one must report it or discuss it with a parent or a school counselor and resolve the issue. It's important to confide in somebody who you trust, who could guide you accordingly, and in case of fake profiles or fake identity theft issues, you can always approach the service provider, write to the service provider, to a public grievance officer who is appointed for that particular portal or a website, and they ought to take legal action within 36 hours of information. So therefore there are ways and means to tackle the issues and problems which may emerge. So number one is the awareness. One needs to spread awareness about different kinds of crimes, and number two is in case there is an issue, then how you address that. The legal recourse is available, and one needs to educate them that even a message or a page or web page is something that you can actually produce in a court of law. You can also produce it before the police officer to explain, or a service provider to explain that this has happened, and you can get a legal recourse.
I think what we need to look at is how do we balance between creating social value and business value. And around this I would like to talk about a couple of things. One is we need to send a very clear message to the shareholders as far as the companies are concerned, that CSR needs to become one of the key objectives and should become part of the business strategy of an organization. Because if that happens, then the CSR goals which the company sets for itself will become a boardroom agenda and will have the same kind of visibility what other company objectives are concerned. The other thing which I would like to talk about is that how can we have our employees engage more as far as the CSR initiatives are concerned, because if employees engage more, there is going to be an all-round participation, which in turn is going to increase ownership and will create more buy-in. And the third is, which maybe over a long term, what enterprises also can look at is that how, as part of the CSR initiatives, it enables them to open new markets. So that in turn can become some kind of an intangible benefit.
For more updates from CXO TV, please like and subscribe to our channel.